Hey guys, Ferran here. In this stream, I was thinking we could build a command line tool which is going to generate a Typescript-Express project setup so that we can just start writing our APIs directly instead of wasting a lot of time setting up TypeScript from scratch with the tsconfig.json and everything. So yeah, so let's get started. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up my terminal. I'm gonna go to my desktop, which is where I'm gonna keep the project. I'm going to create a new project. I'm gonna create a new folder called TS Express, and I'm gonna go into it. I'm gonna do an npm init. I'm gonna set up a TypeScript project. Ironically, I have to do that. Yeah, yeah. So now that we've done that, the next thing we need to do is we need to install all the development dependencies. npmi -d. I want node one? I don't think I want node one. I want TypeScript. I want node types. I'll be using yards for the command line operations, and what else will I be? I'll be using fs extra for copying files. Um, yeah, I think that should do. Great. So now I'm gonna install yards and fs extra. Fs extra is just the core module fs on steroids. We can just use that to copy files recursively. You don't need to work with all the recursive logic if that's something you're not comfortable with. So I think we can now set up our package.json now. So I'm gonna have a build script which is gonna be tsc-b, and I also want ts node. I need to install ts node as well. So I'm gonna have a start script. It's gonna be which is gonna do ts node src/index.js. I'm gonna have an src folder as well. And what else do we need to do? Um, we need to generate a tsconfig.json file. So I'm gonna use Ben Awad's tsconfig.json npm tool. I think it gives a very good starting point. So I think we can go ahead with that. So this is here. I'm going to create a folder called src. I'm going to make a new file here called index.ts. I'm inside src and this is index.ts. I'll just save it. And it's not where I want it to be. I want it to be in src/index.ts. Okay. So let me just quickly check if this works. Hello world. Yeah. So now if I do an npm build, run build, what is the problem? Package.json. Oh, I left the comma here. Okay, npm run build. Great. And now just want to quickly look at the dist folder. So everything's out on top. Great. And is there a hello world inside? Perfect. This is what I want. Great. So now I also want npmi-d ts node to execute TypeScript scripts. Yeah, perfect. So now I think we can get started with setting up the whole thing. Uh, I think we can complete this in one file. So first thing I want to do is I want to mention that this is a command line tool to npm. So for that, I'm going to use the shebang operator, which is basically where the uh, node runtime is present in most computers, I guess. I'm not sure. This is just something I plucked off the internet. So first thing I want to import yards from yards, and then I want fs extra from fs extra, And anything else you will need, I think I will. Anything else I will need, I think I will import as needed. So what do we need? So we need to specify, so we need to make this work as a command line tool. So for this to work as a command line tool, I want to be able to get arguments as inputs. So, and the argument I'm going to be taking is name. So is equal, this should be equal to yargs.options, yargs.options, and the argument is called name, and it should be of type string, and I want this to be demanded. I'm demanded, so I'm going to set true. What else do I need? um, I also need to give this an alias. I'm just going to give it, and so this will allow me to use hyphen n instead of typing out hyphen hyphen names. So I think that's pretty neat. Yeah, right. um, yeah, perfect. So now we got, so this is basically, so how it's gonna work is the user is gonna say tsexpress tsexpress, which is gonna be the name of the CLI. User is gonna say tsexpress, and they'll give an hyphen n flag or hyphen hyphen name flag, and then say the project name. So this will be the project name, right? So we want to create a folder with this name. So fs.makedir of dot slash name. If there is any error, we need to handle that. um, if there's any error, we need to handle that. And if there is an error, we can just say console, we can just return console.log could not create project. I think that should be good enough. Yeah, for an error. And we also want to exist. Since it's a CLI, you have to instruct the script to exist manually. So that we've done. Ignore that error. It's just something with my editor. And yeah. And the next thing we need to do is we need the important files. As in, so I showed you guys a package. I'm not a package. I showed you guys a project directory, right? So we want to literally just copy that project directory and put it wherever the user wants to put it. So basically, if I wanted to say ts express hyphen hyphen name my project in the desktop, we want to create a folder. We want to create a folder like that in the desktop with the name the user gives. So the so for that, the first thing we need to do is copy paste copy paste that the ts express template that I have in my desktop to inside this particular project. So I'm just gonna you know what, I'm just gonna copy paste it manually. I think that'll be easier. Copy and paste. Oh, sorry. ts express paste. Yeah. So now that we're done with that, I think we can come back here and complete what we were doing. So now we know what the source directory is. So the source directory would be um, the source directory would be one folder outside of src, the which is, and it's called the ts express template. And to be able to access that, I'm going to import path from path. This helps me get the this helps me get the directory inside of the CLI, which is TSExpress-template, I'm going to do a path.resolve here, and this should get me the current directory's name slash dot. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this dot slash TSExpress-template, and then I need to add a slash here as well, I think. Yeah, I think that should do. And my destination directory would be wherever the user wants to, the folder the user created right now. So yeah, I think this should do it. And oh, I returned this. I'm not supposed to return this. Yeah, sorry. And what else do we need? Mm, um, mhm. And yeah, so now we need to copy the TSExpress template in from the directory. Excuse me, from the source directory to the destination directory. So to do that, we will be using fs's copy sync operation. We can use that, and we can specify the source there, and destination destination directory, and I think we are set. And I'm going to say project created successfully. No, add an exclamation point here for fun. And I want to exit this particular script. Yeah, and I think we should also handle this error. What does it say? Okay, yards or options dot. It doesn't. Mm-hmm. Got the type, we got the demand option, and I think this should work. I'm not sure why that's throwing an error. If this doesn't work, we'll come back here. Okay, I'm just gonna quick git in it for everything to work. Okay, so now I'm going to npm run build. Okay, so I think I need to fix this. What is this? What is this? Yep, yep, yep. I'm gonna do a console.log of, you know what, I'm just gonna try this. Name equals, okay, it still doesn't exist. You know what, let me do a quick comment console.log of args.name. Let's see what happens. Or just args. Npm run build. Just give me 1 second. Npm run build. Npm start it's index.ts. Npm run build and npm start. Perfect. This is what I want. Npm, so npm start hyphen name my project it's still, oh, so I think I need to node dist index.js hyphen hyphen name test proj. Hey, I'm getting that. Okay, okay. This is src index.ts. I'm gonna do args.n. You know what? Mm, I don't want. Uh, Come back again here. Property name does not exist. I'm just gonna give this a type of any for now. Let's see if that works. Node, yeah, so it works. I'm not sure why it's throwing an error, but I guess we can fix it. Mm-hmm. It is a string. It is true, and it is. I guess we can come back to this at some point. I think it screwed things up. Yeah. Yeah. Now that we're done with this, we can test it once, I guess. So I'm going to do an npm. Okay, so I'm going to run npm run build first. Now that I'm done with that, I am going to install this as a global package on my computer. Oh yeah, before that, I need to make sure this acts as a CLI tool. So to make any application work as a CLI tool, you need two things. One is an entry called a key called bin, and inside the bin key, you have an object which will give you the command line names, or I don't know what you call that. I'm not sure what you call this. So this is the command we would use to generate or call this particular script, right? So I'm going to call it Express, and it's going to execute dist slash index.js, right? So this is a script we want to generate. So now that is one thing you need, and the other thing you need is the shebang operator on top. So both of these together will allow you to run this as a command line tool from npm. So now let's install this as a global package, and I'm gonna go to my desktop, and I'm gonna say ts express. It's getting highlighted, which is a good thing. Hyphen n. I'm gonna call it app. Let's see if that worked. Project created successfully. Perfect. And if we open it, we should get the same thing as in TS Express template, and I think we've nailed it. Yeah. So now that this is working, let's just give the app a quick test. Let's give the app a quick test. So I'm gonna go to cd app. I'm gonna do an npm install. Might take a while. Okay. Npm install, and I think we can go for an npm start. Right, the server is running on port 3000, and we can go to port 3000, and we have our success messages, and it comes with route handling. You get resource not found. You also have error routes enabled. I don't have any routes here, so I can't show you that. So yeah, that's the end of it. So now let's publish this to npm.js, right? So I want to go to my desktop, and I want to go to TS Express. I want to commit this first without the node modules. Let me just without the node modules. I don't need the node modules. Um, yeah, so I'm just going to use this command. Everything. Get rm hyphen r hyphen cached. Yeah, perfect. So I'm gonna add a git ignore. I don't want node modules. Git status. Okay, that's perfect. Is there anything else? I don't want ds store as well. Dot ds underscore store. Git status. Yeah, this should do it. Get add dot get commit hyphen m implement ts express generator. I don't have a repo. I'll create that later. So the first thing I want to do, I want to push this to npm. So first I need to log in. So I think you do that using npm add user. I've already done that, so I'm not going to do it again. So I'm going to do npm publish. This should just push everything, hopefully. And I think we're done. So now let's go to npm.js. npm.js. Let's go to our packages. Yeah, so this is a test CLI I tried a few days ago. And we have TS Express here. And if we want to use it again, so we want to use this package. What we can do from now on is I'm going to go to desktop to see if this works. So I'm going to do npx. Npx doesn't look at my installed global package. It just goes directly to npm.js, downloads the package, installs it, executes whatever is needed to execute, and deletes the package. So in this way you always get the latest and greatest version of whatever package you're using. So npx ts express. I'm gonna give it a name, and I'm gonna call it my project, and it worked. Cd my project. I'm gonna do an npm install. Might take a bit, or maybe not. Okay, and I do an npm start. The server's running. I can access it, and there we go. Voila. I think that's it for today's stream. I'll come back to you guys when I can think of more ideas. Right? Thanks, guys. Bye.